This video shows the use of offset function: offset, calibrate, adjust errors. Our machine has two types of offset: offset for angle and offset for length. Offset means adjusting errors for length and angle created while running the machine. Besides inertia, there are friction between rollers and coils, the worn out of pulling rollers surfaces. This leads to the diameter of pulling roller varies after time of using. Why do we have length offset? There are several factors contribute to this. First, it is inertia created while the coils is pulling forward and sudden stop for cutting. Different coil diameters, such as 6, 8, 10, 12 millimeters, will require different offsets. The total weight of a coil varies also explains the errors in length while machine pulling coil forward. Different hardness of coil also contributed to the errors of length and angle. This is because coil will have different elasticity when bending. Bending 90 degree and 135 degree also make the elasticity different. This has a significant effect on the errors and require for offset. The distance between bending arm to the bending fulcrum when have coil will vary from 6 mm coil to 12 mm coil. This leads to the errors in angles lengths, therefore we will need offset to get the right lengths and angles. Once again, the hardness of steel varies from each coil brands, varies from different position inside the coil. As a result, we will need to offset to follow up with these hardness. In overall, there are different factors affect to the accuracy of lengths and angles, therefore we will need offset to get the accurate actual lengths and angles. Now, we will show you how to use offset function. First, it is offset for length. There are two boxes to input offset for lengths. First, it is offset 1. Second, when we press modify, there will appear a box for offset. We will now leave the offsets as 0 and try with a stirrup. The actual length after measured is 129 millimeters, which is over 9 millimeters. Therefore, we will use offset to adjust this by imputing -9 into the offset 1 box. Then, run a stirrup again to see the result. The actual length is 120 millimeters, which is correct now. Next, we choose the shape with two sides, the L shape. We will input at offset 1 the value of -9 millimeters and run a stirrup. The first length is shorter 20 millimeters. The second length is correct. We press to modify and plus 20 millimeters to the offset box of length 1. Then we run again. The actual lengths are now correct for both sides. We can save this shape and its properties, include offsets to the save box, so that next time we can reuse and without taking time to set offset again. We will do the same for angle offset. There are also two boxes for input angle offset, which are offset 1 and modify boxes. Next, we have history function showing the production history record. We often observe that operators often adjust the length errors directly on the length, for example, L to from 150 to 170 millimeters. If doing so, in the history, it will show that side is 170. This somehow will make it confusing for checking production record. To solve this, we suggest customer to adjust using offset at modify boxes. Now, we go to the history and it shows the lengths correctly, easier for checking the production record.